She does not sing.
What?
She does not sing.
No?
Oh, no.
Oh, then we should do karaoke.
If
you're really
if
bad,
I am
it's good.
intoxicated enough, for sure.
And you're bad?
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
love it.
bad.
Those are my
That's not
favorite
what I'm
singers.
good at.
I don't
Yeah.
like it when someone can kind of sing at karaoke. That's annoying. Like, they're kind of good at it. I'm like, oh, did you practice this?
On my birthday, we all like ate a bunch of psychedelics, and we
Yeah.
had like 2 friends that were like obviously like trained singers, and it was like, and then there was the rest of us where it was just like, it sounded like teenage, like boys going through puberty kind of.
I love terrible singers that are committed.
Yeah.
Like, that are like really singing.
They're still gonna do it. Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah! My balls is totally moving, new and improving. Not that we get back go. I've got the heart and desire. My balls are on fire, ready to take it to the top. What's up? Welcome to the show. Did you know that my smoke machine just stopped? Story of my life. All hail the king. Wait, is that broken too? Wow. I was like, man, faulty smoke machine and faulty lighting.
I know, it's like the last leg of the Spinal Tap tour.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look for our guest.
I saw Motley Crue do their last show.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, right. I think it was the last one. I don't know. I got paid to go. I did it. But what's his face? Drummer.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee, thank you.
Yeah.
Was like in this like cage that was going around over the audience, and he got stuck upside down for like a good solid 10 minutes. It was really funny.
Really?
What I wondered
The
about
head of his
that.
penis just smacking him in the face.
That kind of makes it rock and roll. Wait, did he have to get out from up the top, or did they eventually? Was he just up? Because how long can you be upside down before?
I think they eventually got him down. They eventually got it to work again.
Okay.
So he didn't have to like get taken out, but it was really funny for like the last show. This big workup and yeah.
Have you met Arabelle before?
I have never met you before.
No.
Well, except for just before the show. Hello and welcome. Arabelle Raphael. How do you two know each other?
Through friends, right?
Yeah, she came to my 50th. But I met her on my 50th birthday.
No, we met at
Drew
Drew Carey's birthday.
That's right, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
So you guys are all mutual friends with Drew Carey.
Yeah, nah.
No.
But yeah. No, Drew Carey had a girlfriend, and that girlfriend was friends with all of... I don't count, dude. Katie is friends with all these girls.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, yeah, Katie, so they put up with me. Sorry, dang it. But that girl is dating him, and he likes her to have a party for her because it seemed like he doesn't really care one way or the other. It seems like he has parties because it's his birthday, and people go, "You have to have a party," and he's like, "Oh, happy birthday, me! I'm so rich, I really don't care." It just seems like that.
He's a pretty easygoing guy.
He seems easygoing, but he also seems like that he doesn't have time for any crap, any Hollywood. He's made it.
Yeah.
So I feel like when he's in LA and he's got his big mansion and he has a birthday party, some dribbler is going to come along and be like, "Oh, I was thinking of a really good idea for a show." You know what I mean? And I think that is his biggest fear, is those people.
Right.
So I think he opts to just not have eye contact. I mean,
Well, you weren't supposed to know.
Did you
so
talk
no one
to him?
told me, for like 2 seconds, but
Right.
no one told me you weren't supposed to acknowledge that it was his birthday. It was just a party. And so I'm like,
So there
happy
was that.
birthday. Doesn't respond. And so I repeat myself. I'm like, happy
Oh, you
birthday.
did?
And then after I leave, my boyfriend is like, oh, yeah, like, it's not supposed to be like, you're not supposed to say anything. I'm like, well, thanks for letting
See,
me
it's
know.
weird.
So I'm the asshole.
yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you did it. I just didn't say anything.
No.
Someone
Can't
said,
go wrong with that.
Someone said, like, her and Katie were like, you guys will be good friends because, Jason, you don't really have like small talk people. And I was like, I don't know yet, but if he is like me, we're not going to talk to each other. What do you mean we're going to get along? We're both going to agree to not say anything and call it a day.
Yeah, just give each other the nod of silence.
I didn't even do that. Especially when I heard don't say this or don't say that. I'm like, you know what? I'll do you even better. How about I don't say anything?
You're kind of shy.
I'm pretty bad.
He's kind of shy.
I find that's not uncommon for people who make a living on microphones. It's like it's a vampire for people who used to be the life of the party. Everyone's like, you should have your own show, and then they do that, and the life of the party goes into the show, and then the party dies.
And then they die.
Yeah, kind of.
Are you dead inside?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe more than ever now, but yeah. I can still do a show.
Hell yeah.
That's all that
I'm
matters.
socially awkward.
Were you always awkward around a lot of people? Or is that
a lot, or I was
happened
really
from your work?
No, I think a lot. I think when I was younger, I would get really drunk or like get intoxicated and be really obnoxious.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I don't really do that anymore.
See, I think where it's a disease where I was, what is it when you dose yourself? Self-medicating to make myself be social with the world. Because if we went out and I drank, was I social? I was super approachable. But when I don't drink, because that's a disease, but it also helped. Like, is it going to kill me? Yes. Yeah. So I don't do it anymore. But did it help me with all that? Yeah, a lot. To the point where I'm really bad. And if there's any feeling of like I shouldn't be here, I'm super insecure and I'll call it on myself really quick. I went to a Whitney Cummings, the Burt Kreischer roast premiere or whatever, and Whitney Cummings organized this whole thing, and I don't really know Whitney that well, but Whitney's a huge star and, you know, one of those heavy hitters in my opinion, and when she talks to me, I just lock up. I don't say anything. I don't know why she texts me. I don't understand. Anytime she reaches out to me, I'm like, why don't you talk to Tony? Like, Tony talks. You know, like, I don't even do anything. But I felt I did that the other night as well. I'm really bad at it. I got to fix that.
The more I know someone, the more obnoxious I get because I'm more comfortable.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Go make yourself at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, let her rip. So your job has been adult entertainer for how long now?
13 years.
And do you still like it?
I do. Yeah. I do. I really like it. I'm super critical of like I think I hate all of the entertainment industry, including adult.
Why?
Politics.
Okay. Cattiness and stuff. There's some drama you've dealt with.
I hate playing the game. I hate kissing, but
yeah, well done.
Wow, pro's pro.
You got yourself a job.
So that part of it I really dislike, and like, you know, you still kind of it's mainstream. So even I look weird, but I still have had to like change myself and my appearance or whatever to fit that still. You know, and so in that way, I think that's boring.
Can you explain how that is, why that is? Because, like, I came of age when there was, like, this whole shadow film industry. There was the adult industry. I remember when I moved here, I was so blown away by, like, the complex that Vivid had built, like, over the hill in the valley. And I'm like, oh, my God, they're, like, a little Universal Pictures there. And then that's, like, completely shattered. I totally get having to play the game in that world. But nowadays, it seems like what everybody's doing is either direct-to-consumer, where you market yourself to the consumer, or literally direct-to-consumer, where it's like an OnlyFans kind of thing. It seems like game playing would be so much more optional now than it used to be.
Very, very, very much so. Mm-hmm. You don't have to.
Yeah.
I still like shooting mainstream, so there's a little bit, but not like I just don't do it. I don't go to the parties. I don't like kiss butts.
What are the benefits of being in that instead of doing it by yourself?
Benefits. Okay, so I like to view shooting for studios like paid advertisement, right? Like, okay, so I have my OnlyFans makes really good money. Let's say I want more exposure to a different fan base, right? I could go shoot for Brazzers, for example, and get like if I shoot for them and it comes out for them, like I now have access to their fan base.
Do you see your OnlyFans subscriptions go up when something drops on something like that?
Most of the time, not always, but yeah. And
it's worth doing then.
I think so.
As opposed to working with some other talent on your OnlyFans? Because does that not bring the subscribers up as well?
It sure does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just different ways. I also like making movies.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. And it's fun to do
You
other
like
people's
the whole
ideas.
makeup and there's actually like a plan. I get
Yeah,
that.
and like dumb acting.
I think
and
it's exciting. Like whenever I've done TV where they have like a makeup room, or even I used to do Drew's show, and there was like there were people that had degrees, and they were in this makeup chair next to me, and I was going to be on today. What's your opinion of the subject, Jason? And I'm like, this is ridiculous, Drew. I cannot believe I'm here. But it was exciting every time because everybody was ready to be on television, and they were getting excited, and people were getting coffees for people, and everyone's like, I love your shoes, and let's get some more powder on you. And it's like, wow, there's a lot of stuff happening. This is cool, instead of just, okay, turn the camera on, go. I get it. But does that not get tedious?
Well, I book. So I like purposefully do not have an agent. I make my living on OnlyFans. I don't. Right. So I'll just do like 4 or 5 scenes a month for someone else. Sometimes I take like longer breaks. And I do, like I've actually actively been like taking less scenes for other companies lately. So no, I'm like, I keep it fun. And yeah, I also took a couple years off of doing like mainstream and was just doing my OnlyFans. So I've been like in and out of mainstream stuff for a while. But I do really like it. And I've met some really cool cool people and had some really cool experiences, and different kinds of like I don't know. Yeah, just in general, it spices it up. It's something different than like doing your own stuff all the time, which I also do really enjoy. In general, I really like my job. I'm really.
Is it ever funny?
Huh?
Is it ever funny?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you guys laugh a lot in your job.
Yeah, we do laugh a lot. It can be very funny. It can be very silly. I mean, I think sex is silly. We make stupid faces.
Yeah.
We make stupid sounds.
Yeah.
We do stupid things for it. In general, sex is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're making a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's kind of dumb. I think we take sex a little too seriously, So yeah, no, it gets pretty silly.
What's the funniest thing you've ever been involved in? One of them.
Oh, so this is not. It's a different kind of sex work. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind? I don't even.
Okay, I've had so I used to work in like massage parlors when I was like.
No.
Oh yeah, back in the day, yeah, when I was like over a decade ago.
Happy ending.
Yeah.
But you gave a full massage too.
I gave a full massage. I gave a real massage.
Yeah.
Massage.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm so old. I'm like more excited about that part. I'm like, oh really?
Yeah.
All the
Yeah,
kinks out?
massage.
Oh,
yeah. I was
Because
good
my
at
back
it.
is killing me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how's that go?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was just, so you would bring someone in, you give them a full rub down, and then you finish with a happy ending. But one of the weirdest experiences I've like ever had doing sex work, and it beats any porn set I've ever been on, honestly. I'm being trained in tantra, right, by the woman who owns the house, right, the company.
Yeah.
Company.
She's teaching you tantra because you're gonna do it to the clients.
Yeah. So we're doing.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what tantra is. I'm just gonna be honest.
And whenever you say tantra, everybody goes, "Oh, sting, 10-hour sex." That's like
Yeah.
the
It's like
byword for that.
meditative, edging, breathing. I don't know. Someone that knows actually about tantra is going to be like, that's not what that is when they listen to me talk.
It's making you last longer, right?
It does. Yeah, it totally can. Yes.
And
yes.
you would do that in a massage place? Like you would want them to...
So with your hand.
But they would pay to stay there for a long time with that.
Or even just like throughout the hour.
Ah,
just make
okay.
it last throughout the
Okay.
All right.
like,
Okay, so
going.
she's
I'm with
teaching
you.
you...
Yeah.
What is she teaching you on?
Just like technique and whatever.
No, but I mean-
nothing really. I didn't learn anything. I couldn't tell you if I actually know what.
Was she
tantra is.
showing you on a subject?
Yes.
Oh,
with
what?
the client. So we're like, so the client books a double.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're both we're both in there, and like the dude first off starts crying right away.
Crying?
Just, like, crying. And he's like, I'm just going through a breakup. And it was like, I understand that.
Aw.
Like, touch can bring out so many like emotions out. Like I've cried when getting a regular massage.
Wait, as soon as she started massaging him, he started crying?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was that the only time anything like that ever happened?
No, not crying. Again, when you touch people like that, there's so vulnerability. Like I've cried in a massage, not loudly, but I have, just because I'm like, I don't know, I've been like tension. I'm finally getting the care that I need. Like I do understand that like emotional response.
Right. Some guys need a rub and hug.
Yeah.
that might be it, Michael. You might have.
So he's like, I'm going through a breakup, and I'm like, okay, cool,
Rub
whatever.
and
I can handle that.
Nobody puts that on the sign, do they?
Rub and hug.
Yeah. It's like everyone thinks they
I'm
want to
in.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my wife.
Yeah.
That's my wife. I can go to a rub and hug.
That's
right?
not cheating for sure. Yeah, rub and hug is casual. Or is it?
Some people think that.
I was going to say. Anyway, so you're being taught how to tantric somebody who's
Yes.
crying
Who's
because he's...
So Sting is crying.
Sting is crying. And I think
the lady's checking up Sting while he bowls his eyes out and you're massaging his neck. No, anyway. So she either someone is jacking him off. Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, if it was her or me. But all of a sudden, my madam, my madam starts speaking in tongues, like shabba blah blah, like he blah, 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 like
Cool.
church, like speaking in tongues.
You got her number?
Right? I do, actually. If you
I want to
really
get a
want to go.
satanic hand job. That sounds cool.
So she's speaking in tongues. I'm there holding someone's appendage, just like, and not only is she speaking in tongues, but he responds in tongues.
No.
Wait.
Yes.
Oh, are you sure it wasn't just like Lebanese?
No, I'm Persian. I can, I can
Okay.
make out.
Okay, touche.
Yeah.
So this
Middle Eastern language.
madam
no,
was not
straight up.
speaking,
in tongues.
That's for sure.
It was not a language.
and he spoke
Of this
tongues
realm.
back.
I guess this realm. I guess they were on some. I guess
Was
I
he
was
still
not
crying?
invited to the party that they were at.
Was he still crying?
Yes. Oh yeah. And he responds, and it's a whole thing. And at some point, he like asks me to come like hold him so she's like doing the thing on him, and he's sobbing onto me, like sobbing,
Wow.
hardcore, crying. He's like, "You're like the mother." I'm like 20, by the way, and he's
Oh.
like more than twice my age, And I'm like, "Sure, I'm your mom," and he's sobbing. It takes forever. Finally, he
Finishes.
finishes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And like we go to the bathroom, and like I look at her, pretty stunned, and she just looks at me and she's like, "God, I thought he was never gonna finish." I'm like, "That's all you have to say? That's all you have to say to me?"
Did you say anything about the gibberish?
I don't know if I did. I don't think so. I think I just like went home to
Like, what was that?
to my husband that
Yeah.
day and was just like, I had a really weird day at work
Yeah.
today. But yeah, speaking in tongues is probably the weirdest, most outrageous experience I've done.
But
I
that
don't know, there's been
happens.
so many. Yeah.
I'm fascinated by this woman. I have a mental. I'm picturing like, did she wear like a lot of like robes?
Oh,
like, frilly?
all white. Had 3 different names. I like don't want to. Let's see. I'm gonna
So
make up a
in.
name that sounds like the different names she had, so I'm not like completely putting her
Like
on
for
blast.
tax purposes,
But like,
or...
okay, like the White Lion.
Yeah.
right?
And then like she was from like Newport Beach. She was just like Jenny from Newport Beach, But she had all these and like named herself after like Hindu gods and it was a lot. Drank a lot of ayahuasca. Gave the girls ayahuasca. I did not participate. I knew
I might get a
what
job
was
there.
going on, like when I was there. So I was like, not doing that with you.
What a country!
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, wild. Yeah.
Speaking tongues is...
Speaking.
I thought they only did that in church. I didn't know they did it when they got hand jobs.
Apparently, you can speak in tongues if you get a hand job.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I think it's like it's cooler than even my porn stories. I'm like, yeah, that one's pretty ridiculous,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the crying thing is a lot too.
Crying.
Do you think a lot of is like when you massage a lot of people, was it a rare thing for guys to cry?
Not rare. I mean, it wasn't
happened
happening. It wasn't
frequently.
happening every week, but like it
But it wasn't
happened.
unusual.
Not unusual.
Well, bigger picture
So sad.
question. Yeah, do you feel like you got some insight into guys from that in general? You saw a side of not all men, but a lot of men that most people don't see. Because I would be surprised if that happened. I don't think I would cry if I went to that place.
Yeah.
And if my buddy was like, you know what, dude, I started bawling. That I'd be like, I thought I knew you. I didn't.
Yeah, that'd
see
be
that.
on the radio for like a year.
Right.
Yeah.
But these guys are out there.
Oh yeah.
So I get it. We all have. Every single one of us is carrying around stuff that's bottled
And
up.
your body. I think it's really that like touch. You know, whether
Yeah.
it's like, oh wow, this part of my body hurts, or like,
Mm-hmm.
oh wow, like it bring. I don't know. For some reason, that care brings up sensitivity. Like again, I have experienced it. That I
Right.
wasn't going through for like sexy massage.
No, I get it.
So it was a little different.
Right.
But I've definitely had like an emotional response to touch, especially in like a healing kind of space.
Right. You're a very like kind, empathetic person. It'd be easy to make fun of guys like that, and that's clearly not your inclination.
Nah, no. I mean, I think it's sad. I think guys in general are not allowed to feel feelings that aren't anger.
Yep.
I think anger, really,
Yeah.
kind of. And I think it's like super important to cry and to like have other emotions. So yeah, no, I think, you know, it was the speaking in tongues was way weirder than the actual crying. I'm like, crying, sure. Speaking in tongues was a lot, but like it was funny. It's a good story.
Just to speak tongues back. Like, how did she know that he would be a tongue speaker as well?
I don't know.
You know, like, what are the odds? I don't know who's more surprised. Like, I'm getting jerked off and she goes, blah, 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 blah. I'd be like, that is weird.
Right.
But if I jerk you off and you go, blah, 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 I'd be like, what? You're doing it too? I thought I was the only one doing it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
she summed it out of him. Maybe he didn't.
Maybe most of the people I have sex with
Right.
are just holding back on speaking tongues because they don't want to freak me out. But they really want to do it.
Maybe.
I don't know what's going on here.
You mentioned OnlyFans earlier. I don't know that it's quite gotten to this point, but have you heard of the rise of AI OnlyFans models?
Are they on OnlyFans actually?
I don't know. I do know I saw today that there was a woman who, well, not a real woman. There was a couple of computer guys who made up a woman who's been on Reddit. And Reddit is very often a way that people will solicit to get OnlyFans people. And guys have been, I think, sending
was
tips
probably Bobby Lee.
or sending money or whatever. And here's the photo. That's not a real lady.
Oh, I believe it. So people talk about this and they're like, it's going to replace, you know, sex workers. I don't think it'll replace. I think it'll have its own niche. It'll be its own thing. And I think some people get fooled. But I don't know, like for me, it's like my fans are so into like personality and in my interests. And there's only so much you can. I mean, I think you can do it. I just don't think it'll erase like real people either. You know what I mean?
Well, but I think that you're almost bound to become like the farmer's market, like organic kind with there's a market for, but most people just want the lettuce from Costco. Because the advantage of this is like the best adult performers, I think male, female, straight, gay, whatever, it's like they know what the person, what the audience wants. And it's like most women don't really understand what makes men tick sexually in the same way that men don't understand women. If there's just a bunch of dudes that are like, make her say this now. Like, there's a lot of guys that are going to love a girl who's just saying stuff that a dude thinks another dude wants that girl to say.
Maybe, but like for me, that one's a dead giveaway. When you talk like that, I immediately, and you might be a girl who knows how to talk like a guy, but I don't like it because I'm like, wait a minute, you're a guy. Because girls don't jump that quick to say stuff like that.
Right. And there is kind of, I think it's very popular now that like OnlyFans farms exist. So there are already dudes pretending to be like girls, writing as girls, like online anyways. Yeah. So it's already kind of happening. I used to know this guy that used to like prostitute himself on Second Life as a woman.
Right. Wait, what's Second Life?
I did that on AOL.
You did that?
I did that on AOL Instant Messenger.
Nice.
I did.
Did you make money?
Wait, what?
I tried to get a scanner.
Wait, I tried to get someone to pay a
I told you this a million years ago. Because like when Well, no, I didn't get
You
any
didn't
money.
get it?
No.
Dude, it's just so sad
So
and so
close.
embarrassing. I regret nothing. You know, every man dies, but not every man truly lives. It was when it was new, and as soon as you went into a chat room, somebody was going to go, want a cyber? Want a cyber?
Yeah.
So at some point, I was just like, yeah, I'm like a hot 15-year-old girl or whatever the heck I said I was. It was a little different in those days when you could just say I'm a teen girl. And guys are like, sweet, because that's exactly what I'm looking for. And I had a number of conversations with the guy, and I literally cybered with him, and like my roommates were looking. I'm like, look, he's totally gonna finish. This is so hilarious. And then he kept asking me for photos, and that's when I saw my chance. Like scanners, nobody owned scanners in those days. This is like 20 years ago. So I was like, if you send me a scanner, I will send you a picture of myself. And in the meantime, he sent me pictures of himself. And one was clearly like a Kmart family photo that he chopped his family out of. And the other one was like a family Halloween, like everybody had dressed up. Like I think he was dressed as Superman, and he'd cut the family out of it. And he said I gave him my PO box. I was at college at the time, and I was like, send me a scanner, and I'll send you a picture. And I looked for weeks, and I got played. I learned a lot about men.
Yeah, men are terrible.
Yeah.
What
I'm
did this
just
guy
kidding.
do? What did your friend do?
Oh, he made money.
He did make
Yeah,
money.
he was on Second Life.
Yeah.
And yeah, he made money doing that. So like, there's always been like guys like pretending to be women doing sex work in kind of in weird like ways. So it already kind of exists. But yeah, the AI, I'm like, I don't think it won't take off, but I don't think it's gonna like replace everything the way people want.
Yeah, 'cause
because
you
people
get-
want real people,
Right, and you can get like privates from you, right? Like you can send a video,
Yeah, you
saying
can
their
get, like,
name. You
customs.
They can't do that yet.
I think they.
Or
they
can
prob-
they?
Can they? They probably can. No.
Like, can she?
I don't think so.
Masturbate?
I'm not even sure that there's videos of her.
Okay.
First,
Okay.
the people who put it up did it to see if they could get away with it. It was really just an experiment. But these things are moving so rapidly. Like, I don't know if you've played around with AI. I did for the first time this week, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
What do you mean play around? You made a digital you?
No, I went
around.
No, I actually do want to sign up for one of the ones that'll let you make weird pictures. But like I asked the AI to, like, I'm a Morrissey fan, so I was like, write a Morrissey song. Only if instead of being vegan, he was like really into meat. And in like a second, I had a whole Morrissey song about how much he liked grocery shopping and going to the butcher.
That's pretty cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Was it just as good as his stuff?
Okay, so it was only the lyrics, but I did make the song. I think.
Wait, you sang it? You recorded it?
I did.
Oh, dude, why don't you?
need
want
to
it?
Are
share
you
this.
using it for the Tully show or something?
You can have it. I put it on my Patreon, but you can absolutely
I
have it.
definitely want to hear Morrissey sing about how he loves meat.
Okay, we'll
with
play-
your
I do too.
voice.
We'll do it on the by the time everybody sees or hears this, it's already been on Patreon. So go.
Yeah, if you want to see more of Arabelle and all the stuff that we were going to do, patreon.com/Ellis, mate.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what is the worst experience?
Okay, I'm gonna have a teaching moment with you.
Wait, it's not me, is it?
No, but I'm gonna teach you something. You don't
Remember that
ask
one time
sex
we went
workers
to
that.
I'm like, man, this is an awesome episode.
No, you can't ask sex workers that.
Oh, what was
Yeah.
the best experience?
Well, because
Did you
the
do
worst
that?
experience can go real dark, right? That's why.
Right, but I'm trusting you to not do.
I'm
sad,
not going to, but
yeah, brain damage one.
but
Like,
yeah.
he pooped the bed or something. You know
Okay,
that.
something gross,
Yeah.
or something whatever. Well, it's not even that bad.
Okay.
It's not even that bad. Okay, this dude, it was blow bang.
Oh, I love blow
And
bangs.
this dude just came with like not very clean. So I cucked him the entire scene, and I blew everyone else, and him I just like kept to the corner with my hand.
That is a weird.
It's rude, right?
Yeah, it's also a thing that I've noticed happens in this game.
Yeah.
Where
Some
people
do
come a
not
little-
shower.
I'm like, wait, you wouldn't wash that bit before you?
Is it like
Come here?
Is it like a rock and roll thing? Because I feel like when Led Zeppelin got really famous, they're like, it's cool if we're stinky. We're Led Zeppelin. People love us.
What
Is
do you
that
think?
what it
Their
is?
job wasn't to be I mean, I understand that they became like sex symbols because of their jobs, but their job wasn't to be a sex symbol. You know,
no one was actually having intercourse with John Paul Jones.
They signed them because they stunk so bad.
Rude, so rude. Though I was just like, really?
But you don't say anything.
Now? What? At the
Is it
time, now I
inappropriate?
would. Now I would.
Okay.
At the time, I didn't. I was like, younger and whatever. So, but I just like didn't. I was like, nope, this is not going near my mouth.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch everybody else do this, and you are getting a hand the entire time.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. Which is always, I guess maybe when you're new, you want to be clean because you don't want to be. You want to be the one that made it difficult or did something that was unprofessional.
I think it's unprofessional. Yeah.
It's a
Clean
weird thing
your
to
junk.
not. Yeah.
Honestly, you should do that every day, no matter what you do for a living. Please wash your genitals. Like, it's important.
Bit confusing that you have to say that, but it does seem like it has to be said from time to time.
Yeah, no matter what your job is.
Yeah, whatever you do for a living, wash your genitals.
Yeah, I feel like even if
going
you're a
anywhere.
guy and you don't want to get your salad tossed, you should still trim your butt hair and stuff if you're a hairy butt guy, because you walk around with dingleberries and stuff in your butt, and it's just, I don't know, like even if nobody goes there, you don't want to smell like poopies, right? I don't know what that thing is. Like, you got to keep it manly and not even tend to that. It's not gay to tend. I mean, you're not gonna believe me because I'm gay, but it's not gay to tend to your hair. Like, just groom yourself.
Hygiene's important. Also,
you could get a rash or something.
Men get yeast infections if you don't.
See, wait, in their butt.
I don't know about their butts, but if like there are things. Yeah, I mean, you probably could get a yeast infection in your butt because it can happen in like people's armpits. So yeah,
Wait, you can get a yeast infection in your armpit?
Yeah, isn't that gross?
Ew.
Yeah.
What? How? Why?
Yeah,
Who?
it creases.
Oh.
I don't think it's like as common.
But you got to really let yourself go to do that, though, right?
I think so. I think
one
you
of the
have to like
yeasty
not
boys?
clean. I think if you like don't clean yourself and you're really like are not changing your clothes and like.
Arabelle, do you like when there's videos
Am I
of,
just like
of your toenails getting cut out and pimples being popped?
I don't like watching it, but I like my this current boyfriend that I have lets me do his blackheads, and it feels so good.
I love that.
But it sucks because then sometimes like we're getting romantic and I'm looking at and then like I'm like, you're so pretty, and then I'll just like I don't even if I see one I'll start looking and I'm like, oh, you've given me the pass.
Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna just kind of look whenever I want.
I used to have pimples on my back, and it was like Katie's treat was.
Oh yeah.
I get to attack your back. And now it's like it's gone now, but there was a time there where it was, she'd be like, oh, man, what's up? You don't have any? And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. And then slowly but surely that disappeared because I don't have any. But it was a thing where it was, if I took my shirt off, I think she was more interested in the back of me than the front of me.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's so gross.
You'll do proper pimples as well, because I kind of draw the line.
What do you mean?
Like a little blackhead that's going to do something predictable.
Yeah, but a big one you don't want to mess with?
No, I would say black or white. I get it for sure. It's cute. It's petite. It's manageable. But anything that's like pink, purple, anything could happen. And it might be gross.
Well, so that is also just bad for your skin and you'll scar. So I won't do that because you will scar yourself that way. Mm-hmm. So I try not to do that. Like you're really not supposed to pop your pimples.
I could do that for a living. Like Dr. Pimple Popper, I could do that for a living.
Oh, yeah, that's a podcast, right? I think
Does
so.
she have a podcast?
I think
Why not?
so.
I swear to God, there's a TV show now.
Oh, she's had a TV show for ages.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that. That totally grosses me out seeing it on other people. I have to love you to want to pop your pimples.
I feel like you folks might be interested in seeing what it looks like when sea cucumbers eat. If you like watching it.
I never knew that they had a mouth.
It's wild.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw a sea cucumber when I got my diver's license in the Great Barrier Reef, and it was like a real bright yellow one. And I was like, that's the biggest caterpillar in the world. And then I found out it was a sea cucumber.
Check it out. It's like a psychedelic blackhead.
Wait, what? What the hell? What is that? What did he just do? What is it reaching in for?
I think it's...
Is it eating stuff with its hands?
I imagine so.
Wow.
I didn't interview the cucumber.
We should talk to that.
We should definitely have a sea cucumber on the show next week.
That is such a miracle.
Yeah, nature's lit, bro.
What an organism. Nature is lit. That's what we're doing now.
Let's see what else is going on. Speaking of ocean nature, did you see a Hawaiian surfer lost his foot in a surf attack?
Who attacked him?
You mean by a shark?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, a shark.
Yeah, you missed the word.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
No, I read what I wrote, which is, a surfer lost his foot in a surf attack. That's not what happened. Yeah.
I was like, man, there's a new enemy out there.
Yeah.
And it's the
surf Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it sounds like a movie or like a song title.
Yeah.
Surf attack.
Yeah, that would be terrifying if waves could bite your foot off.
It's like a surf rock band. There we go.
There was a movie in the 80s, Surf Nazis Must Die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Right, I'm among my people.
They hit me up to do something, and I was going through a divorce, and I never followed through, and I really should.
Do what?
I'm going to be in something or help make something, but, I should do that. That'd be really cool.
Sure,
I love Toxic Adventure. What?
Oh, I was going to say, I'm sure Lloyd Kaufman would still take you.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Toxic Avenger is one of my favorite movies.
They filmed the scene where Toxie meets his love interest, the blind chick, in a Mexican restaurant in my town.
Where's your town?
Rutherford, New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey.
Yeah, it was called. That's how we say it.
Jersey. I am actually terrible at accents.
They should definitely keep doing it then. That's even more fun than bad karaoke.
Yeah, Jersey.
Bad
I like
accents,
it. They
I
sound
love
like
it.
a little bit like babies. Depends. Not everyone. Also, Boston folks.
Sound like babies.
A little bit. Not
Do
all
it.
the time.
Do
you don't
it.
have. I mean, you don't have an accent.
How dare you?
Yeah, you don't have an accent.
That's ridiculous.
But
Yeah,
I sound like I work on the
Michael
Boston
sold
Turnpike.
out a long time
Jersey.
ago. Go,
Jersey. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But a little bit.
Does that sound right, Michael?
That's spot on. It's like I'm talking to my mom.
You do it.
You're lying.
I don't even know if I can anymore.
What?
Well, I always say that we that we don't say "did you," if I'm talking to my sister, it's "Jew eat yet?" No, Jew.
Because you're
yeah.
anti-Semitic.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
everybody is crazy anti-Semitic. Is what I'm getting at here.
It seems weird that you can't just talk like you used to talk. I can talk like I used to talk.
Do it.
Oh, mate, how's it going?
You didn't lose your accent
I
at
know,
all.
right? I did lose it.
I was born in France and I lost my accent. It's gone.
But how old were you when you moved?
I was 5.
Right.
My older sister was 9. Hers is still very much there. But
you can speak French?
Oui, je peux parler en français.
I ain't French.
I'm actually speaking in tongues.
Let's see what else is going on. Oh, speaking of big, gross fat guys who may or may not have yeast infections in their rolls, we've confirmed this is a thing. Supposedly, neo-Nazis are fat-shaming men into joining them.
What?
They would.
So there's this thing where guys go online and they're like, insult me so that I feel bad about myself so that I have to lose weight.
Oh, okay, yeah. Tough coach.
Right. So there's these
Tough love.
There's these tough love guys who take in these dudes who are lacking in self-esteem, lacking in direction, obviously lacking in close friends. And it starts with bro, you could be so much better than this, bro. And then all of a sudden it's like, bro, wasn't America kind of better in the 1950s? Once they've got you on the hook, and supposedly Proud Boy type people are recruiting from the ranks of America's fat men.
That makes sense.
So you
Right?
get him to lose
The
weight.
army does this too, though.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Who does?
The army?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, they get you in shape and they make you
They make
racist?
it, well, not make you racist.
Oh.
I mean, no, not make it racist, but the whole when you they enlist folks that are bigger.
Yeah.
They definitely have a special thing that they run them through, and it's all very very shamey based stuff. I was sent away to bad kid camps as a kid
Why were you so bad?
because I mean I blame the world.
What'd you do?
I did a lot of drugs. I was shooting heroin by the time I was 14.
Oh,
Yeah.
14?
Yeah. I'm like very chill now. I
So
chilled
you on
out
the
a
streets
lot.
when you were a kid?
No.
You lived at home
I
and
lived
did heroin?
at home and did heroin, but I mean, it caught up to me, So I got sent away, and it was very much like their approach was like, we break you down and help you build yourself back up, and I think it did like way more. And like I did stop doing heroin, but I think in the end, I think it did like way more harm than good. I mean, now there's a bunch of. So I went to the same place that Paris Hilton went.
Okay.
She did a whole thing. It was a whole thing, like during. I think the first year of COVID, there was a whole documentary, and then she like actually like tried to like pass like reform laws, because like it's a bunch of like child abuse pretty much.
How do I not know anything about? I remember a documentary about her where like she revealed that she hadn't been using her real speaking voice the whole time. Was it that one?
I don't know. Was it that? Was it the like? I don't remember what it was called.
So she got sent there.
Yeah.
She had a juvenile drug issue?
I don't know if it was drugs, but she had like it was like the place was for like all kinds of behaviors. But yeah, but the models were like that, and I'm like, in the end, like, yeah, it gives you like maybe at the beginning you take to it, but like I don't think that actually works out, and I wonder if those people then like relapse into the like old behaviors that they were doing later, because it like kind of like messes up your like.
How long did you go for?
Oh, I was there for a year.
You have to live there.
Yeah, I lived in a residential center. I was a number 434.
Like a prison.
Like a prison. Yeah.
But when you got out, you didn't use again.
Not for a bit. I did like I think 4 years after, and then in my like when I was 19, I started again, and then throughout my 20s, I was like real messy on and off, not with heroin, but like I was doing a bunch of blow. And then by the time I hit 30, I just kind of like, I don't know, realized that like this made me unhappy, and then I like didn't need to do this. And then I was on the marijuana maintenance program, I like to call it.
Yeah.
And I I still smoke pot, but like I just ended. I don't smoke pot every day anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
you
it
don't
just
go to
kinda
meetings
happened.
or anything?
I did when I was younger. I have my own personal feelings around 12-step. I do respect like what it does for people, and I respect people's sobriety. So like, but for me, I don't like that they don't like harm reduction. They don't really acknowledge that. They don't believe in it.
They don't like what?
What's what?
Harm reduction. So practices of like from getting people Narcan to clean needles to, okay, you're not gonna do heroin, you'll smoke pot. Like that's not recognized in any form as like, and I think that like saves people's lives. I'm like, well, wouldn't you rather someone like not shoot dope but like smoke weed?
Well, this is the classic argument. Same reason why people don't want to give kids condoms, or is because do you subscribe to they're going to do it anyway, so make sure they do it safely, or no, they're going to do it because you're enabling them to do it because you're giving them the tools?
Totally. And I don't believe in the I really am just like, people are going to do whatever. I'd rather like people not go to jail, people's parents not die. Like there's so many things that that we can prevent when it comes to like drug abuse stuff that affects like the people using and other people and their families, that could just like reduce so much like harm. And so that's my critiques on them. I don't hate them. I also don't think it's a safe place for like teenage girls to hang out in.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, so much of that. There's so much of that. And so like in that way I'm like but I also have seen people who say it saved their lives and changed their lives, and I also
I met those people.
Yeah, I respect that. I did too. And
Yep.
I met like I had an amazing sponsor that I still like very much like value and love, even though I'm not like in the program. So like I respect it. I have my critiques and I also respect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did it for 4 years. I was an NA-er for a bit.
Sounds like it gave you a foundation that kept you level-headed for the rest of your... Like, you don't have to go to the meetings, but you're not going to use again, right? Or does it interest you? Do you think maybe one time again or something?
No. And then, like, so I stopped. And I think in my 20s, I think I did heroin, like, a couple times.
Yeah.
And I never just, like, I just didn't, like, go...
It didn't get you like it did the first
yeah,
time.
no. And then it was finally... It was, like, COVID kind of, like... I hadn't done anything. And then for a while... At the like end of my 20s, I started using like opiates again. It was just not heroin, but like it was
painkillers.
Yeah. And COVID hit, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna die. Like straight up, I was like, this like, and also it started giving me like horrible migraines. So I was like, I'm getting horrible migraines. I'm locked inside. Like this is just like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Like, and so I just stopped. I also do. I think what really helped me was doing psychedelic therapy. Yeah. So I take psychedelics
mushrooms
and ayahuasca
with a
therapist.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And that like really just changed everything for me.
Isn't that weird how that works?
Right?
I never would have believed that when I was a kid.
Do drugs.
Yeah,
to stop
do drugs.
doing drugs.
To stop doing drugs.
Yeah. But it does, right? It's like EMDR similar, right? I talk with my hands, by the way.
What's EMDR?
It is like this, like, I've never done it, but it's like this, like, kind of meditative tapping thing that I guess helps. We need a psychotherapist to explain this. Yeah. But whatever. What it does, though, is that we have neural pathways. Like, that's why we, in our brains, like, so our experiences shape the way we think of things, right? And actually creates these like patterns of thinking. So like you get stuck in the same like negative like story that you tell yourself over and over.
Sure.
And stuff like that. And psychedelic therapy kind of helps you build new ones. So you kind of break the story. And I think like meditation helps. I mean, I think there's a lot of different things that kind of
breath work's pretty cool.
Breath work, mindfulness exercises.
Much, but it does work. I did breath work when you were saying that guy cried because he got a massage. There's a breath work thing that what's his name? Lucas
Mack.
Yeah, that he does where you're crying, like there's no way out of it.
Yeah.
I remember thinking I really don't want to do this, especially if there's like just a few people in my house.
Right.
But I was like, yep, here we go. And he just touched me and it made it come out.
I've cried listening to multiple Bruce Springsteen songs. That
counts.
That's pretty New Jersey of me.
Yeah.
That's very New Jersey of me.
Does it still work?
See? It's good. Crying's good.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
One night I was driving home, and my hometown was on, and I was trying to. My wife, I mean, she's like very American. She was raised in Milwaukee, but she's Japanese, and I was like I was like, you don't like Bruce, it's fine, you don't like Bruce, but I'm like, see, the story of the song is it's like his dad's telling him about the town they grow up in, but then at the end of the song, now he's got the kid, and I like couldn't finish the sentence, and I'm like laughing at myself because I know how ridiculous I am, but I also couldn't stop crying at the Denver. I'm getting a little emotional just thinking about it.
Aww. Sometimes I feel like crying whenever someone shows me a blooming onion, so I understand it.
Right.
A blooming onion?
Like whenever anybody mentions
food?
Outback to me, I just get a little teary. Yeah.
Just like Mom used to make.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Nobody bloomed an onion like
no one. Yeah.
That sounds really dirty.
That's what people say about my mum.
This is dumb and dirty.
Cool.
See if you can spot. I was not able to. Why Walmart had to pull a T-shirt with what I'm willing to believe was some accidental vulgarity.
Where's that?
There it is. You got it, Katie.
Nice.
Oh, I'm a belcher.
That's still pretty cute.
I don't get it. Am I dumb? Cycle, use, new, think. Am I dumb?
Recycle, reuse,
renew, rethink. Am I dumb?
Yeah.
I had to look in the comments to see that if you look at the first lowercase letter,
it
from top
says
to
cunt.
bottom,
It says cunt. Yeah, for sure.
it totally does. That's it. You got it.
No, I did it again. I'm sorry.
See you next
Set the
Tuesday.
trap and
Yeah.
reel them in.
Yeah.
That's not that bad, though, is it?
No, I'm more offended by recycling.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, you guys mentioned psychedelics. Some hikers. I don't know where you draw the line between walking up a steep hiking trail and like climbing a mountain, but they were hiking in that basic area and they needed to get rescued because they were on mushrooms.
Yeah, do an easy hike, man.
They couldn't make it down.
So they said that I think there were two of them that couldn't make sense of the situation and couldn't figure out, like just keep walking down and you're bound to get back to the car sooner or later. Unfortunately, they said that the designated driver was also really disoriented, which leads me to believe that he was not a very responsible designated driver.
But wait, how did they get rescued?
So multiple.
Did somebody
parties-
walk up and grab their hand and walk them down?
Yeah, multiple parties passed these guys and said, "Oh, these guys are not right." And there's like a volunteer force on this mountain park in the UK, Wales or something like that, that's there in case people sprain an ankle or something like that. I don't think they've ever gotten a call like this before. And I know part of dealing with them was pointing them in the direction of down.
Yeah.
And
man, you're so high when you don't know down.
And B, I think they timed it out to okay, what did you take? When did you take it? Okay, guys, you're probably looking at about 3 more hours.
You'd think you'd know when like a family walks by and they look like they're not in any danger of dying, and you see them and you're like, wait, they know where down is, but I just can't, because you're saying people witness these guys
multiple parties
stuck on the hill.
Yeah,
when they could have just followed the people that looked at them.
They could have.
But I've been tripping that much. Like
maybe their legs were no longer legs,
right?
But tentacles.
It's
they might
hard.
have been really, really high. I don't like getting there.
If you're gonna get that high where you're out of your body, then I don't want to be in a place where I need my body to get out of there.
Right. But haven't you said before that you were convinced one time that your plane was upside down?
Yeah.
So
you took psychedelics on a plane?
Nah. I ate a muffin, a weed muffin. I thought it was a weed muffin, but it was a big one, and didn't want to have it on the plane, so I ate it when I went through the customs thing, the check-in thing, and then I just started to be like, there was a time there where I wasn't smoking a lot, and I was a little bit more of a lightweight, and this thing just got a hold of me, and then when we started to take off, I don't know what happened, but when we took off, I felt like the plane started to twist and go upside down, and I was like, home! And I was holding onto the chair, freaking out, and I remember looking at everybody else, and they were acting like nothing was wrong, and I was like, oh no, the muffin got me. And then sure enough, we were not upside down, but for a second
so the story has a happy ending.
It does. Yeah, we didn't die, we didn't crash. I realized it was okay. Yeah.
That reminds me of it was a Twilight episode, and then also The Simpsons did it. It's not really, actually, it's just a plane. There's actually no connection to it. But you know when he looks over at the wing of the plane and he sees a creature?
Yeah.
And like nobody else notices it?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
It was kind of like that.
But not at all like that.
That was William Shatner, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it?
Into the Twilight Zone.
Wait,
Yeah,
William
I
Shatner was
love
the monster? Or?
Yeah. He looks over and William Shatner's just on the wing.
Which should be freaky.
That is terrifying.
I'd rather be on an upside down plane, frankly.
I'd rather have that monster after me than William Shatner on a plane wing, because you know he's indestructible. He's on the plane wing.
Speaking of trippy, supposedly, at least the last I checked, I don't keep close tabs on Shatner. Supposedly he's been insanely depressed ever since he went to space.
Did he go to space?
They sent him to space, which they made it look like
space bummed him out.
Yeah.
He saw too much.
What did he say?
So I don't know. I wasn't thinking we were.
What would you say?
I wasn't thinking I was ever going to talk about this with anybody.
It's very important stuff.
If memory serves, so when they started doing the first space tourism flights, they were crazy expensive. And one of them, whether it might have been Bezos or Richard Branson, kicked him a free trip because, hey, it's Captain Kirk, send him to space.
Yeah.
And he came down, and the video was, he was very emotional getting off of the space capsule. He's like, it's just indescribable. It's amazing. Everybody needs to see that. But if memory serves, he said in the months after it made him really confront how vast
he's
space,
not in charge
how vast space is and how finite
he's not the
Earth
captain
is.
of this.
He's not the captain.
Yeah.
Well, right. It's like, see, I find this.
Wait, do you think he's happy in
finish.
space?
Sorry,
I
we're
think
terrible.
what he said was that he, and please, Katie, let me know if I'm wrong about this, that he realized how wonderful the world is and how bad we're trashing it. Aww. And how there's no chance whatsoever that we're gonna reverse course on that. And seeing the magnitude of what we are screwing up down here is something that he hasn't been able to shake ever since.
Well, we found some other planets, so we'll be all right. Did you know that? They got it. Yeah, they got a better. They got binocular, mega binoculars. The space people, space scientists, and they got mega binoculars. And then they saw several, not one, like 3 livable planets full of water, and they're tremendous planets, and everything's gonna be sweet.
You know, that's like, even if that, I don't know.
It's light years away.
But also, like, that's like just gonna be for like the ultra wealthy, right? We're just gonna like, we're not. Yeah.
Oh, we're
it's not
going for
us.
sure.
Yeah, down here we burn.
Yeah. I'm like, I do well. I don't do that well.
Yeah, it's like that movie Elysium, right?
Yeah.
It's basically that. Whether or not we can see it or they teleported somewhere else. Have fun up there, guys. We'll be down here in the Motley Crue Dr. Feelgood video.
Would you like to hear the quote?
Yes.
So the overview effect is known to affect astronauts. This context was what struck Shatner the most. And this is his quote. "It was the death that I saw in space and the life force that I saw coming from the planet, the blue, the beige, the white," he said. "And I realized one was death and the other was life."
Boom.
Captain's log.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened.
He was on mushrooms.
He
Probably.
should have partied more, or he should party like what? He shouldn't have wore that wig the whole time. I don't.
Should have banged all the tribbles, whatever they're called.
I weirdly find that like kind of I don't know. So like when I do psychedelics and like I'm able to like, because it's been the only time I've really felt like a connection to like the universe, really. 'Cause I grew up like feeling very alienated, and then like through that practice I've like feel so much more connected. I kind of like the feeling of like we're kind of nothing. I find it reassuring. The kind of like we're just a moment in time and we are really nothing, and everything that you're worried about and you have anxiety about really doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, but I've also never been to space, so there you go.
I do actually. I got
a video.
I sort of fell into the habit of telling myself that as a bit of a mantra when I'm going to bed at night, because I don't want to like wake up in the middle of the night worried about some nonsense stuff that's probably. I love a good rule of thumb. You know, am I going to care about this in a week? Am I going to care about this in a year? Kind of stuff. And a comedian, I can never forget his name. I'd love to give him credit. One time tweeted, "If you're worried about your stuff today, go look at your emails from 1 year ago today, and that stuff was stressing you out then, and see how much you care about any of that stuff." And I do try to tell myself when I'm going to sleep on an almost nightly basis, like we're just floating in space.
That's a great practice. Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna start doing that.
Let it go.
Yeah, maybe I'll have hair again. Maybe I won't. There's nothing I can do about it.
You know, if you go to
spirit.
Turkey,
Thanks,
you can have hair, right?
What's that?
If you go to Turkey, you can get hair.
I heard about that, but
Is that why they're so hairy?
but then
They're like the leading in like
they are.
people
They are.
in they like
When you get a
in the
bunch of
blood.
money and you're bald, you go to Turkey and they give
Yeah.
you hair back.
Because
Yeah.
you need, I mean, here it's like cool to have hair, but there, like, you're less of a man if you, first you get the hair, then you get the respect,
I
right?
mean, you get the hair everywhere. I don't know if they worry about the head everywhere.
But I'm saying, like, I feel like
I'd rather
them,
be bald than hairy everywhere.
Oh, I love hair. I love a hairy dude.
Really?
Oh my god, please.
What about hairy butt?
That's fine.
Oh,
As
You are Persian.
cleaning. I am Persian. Exactly. Yeah, I like hair. It's like a big teddy bear. And you just,
Okay.
like, pet it. I don't know. I might be a furry. I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, hair's nice. It's soft. It's nice to pet. Yeah,
What about back hair?
that's fine too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I really don't care. Like,
Is there such a thing as too much male body hair for you? Like, what about the guys who like have to randomly decide where they stop shaving? Like, what's beard and what's chest hair?
it doesn't bother me.
Wow.
It doesn't
Real
bother
bushy.
me.
Real
Yeah,
bushy,
that's
you'd be
fine.
okay.
The only thing that's kind of annoying is like when you're massaging someone.
Sure.
Yeah. And like their hair is just like all over your hand because as you move your hand, it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a little gross.
Okay,
Harry,
good.
Harry
What
did
about this?
shed?
But they can shed, yeah.
Man, I remember.
Yeah, this just happened. I'm like, whatever, werewolf. It's cool. I can make it cool.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
remember grappling a guy.
Maybe like trim it a little bit, but not too short.
That's insane. Sokuju. I grappled Sokuju, and afterwards I went to the sink to wash my hands, and I had a pube in my lip.
Not your first time.
I thought it was a leg hair. It was my first time back then. It was hard to deal with. But that is life, just like you said, Michael. We're just float comets.
I don't like
in the
when
wind.
people shave complete everything off.
I used to do that all the time.
Ugh, not hot. It reminds me. I mean, it's just like a kid. That's
yeah, I only
attractive to
recently
me.
became hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
fully bald my whole life. I used to shave my ankles to keep the tape. I wouldn't wear under tape because the tape would stick to your skin and it would support your ankle better. And then I would have like bum fluff hair on my shins. And I was like, that looks weird. So then I shaved to my knees and I was like, that looks weird. And then next thing you know, 20 years later, I just keep shaving everything. And then one day, I think it was Katie, was like, I don't mind if you have a hairy chest at all. And I was like, what?
All right, Katie,
This
isn't
whole
it
time.
nice?
It is nice. It's soft.
Thank you.
It's soft because when you shave it and it grows back, it gets into the like stabby pricklies.
That's the thing. I think a lot of times it looks better from a distance than it is in practice. Like if you want to get into some hardcore electrolysis, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Which I'm Persian and an adult performer. I definitely have had laser. Like,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Did you
what
do-
about a
did you do the
girl
pits?
that...
What's up?
Do the pits.
I did the pits. I did my bikini. I did my butthole. I did some of my legs. It's actually really funny. So you can't do it over tattoos. So when I grow hair, it just grows. Is it growing out a little bit? Excuse my dry skin. But you can kind of see. Look, you can see the hair growing just in my tattoos.
Yeah, but you don't really...
Well, it's because it's not growing out right now.
Okay.
But yeah. So I'll just get like everything is like hairless
Why
except
can't
for
they
my
go-
just I have like fuzzy tattoos.
Why can't they go
cool.
over tattoos?
It destroys the ink.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty fair.
So you lose it and you do, it's like weird scarring. I've had little bits get touched on accident and that shit hurts.
Right.
Yeah.
We've been talking for a long time. We're
Yeah.
supposed to go.
Yeah.
Arabelle, where does everybody go to find you?
You can find me on Twitter, on IG, on TikTok, and on OnlyFans under my name, which I'm going to spell out because it's hard. That was a bad move for me when I chose my name. So at ARABELLERAPHAEL.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, but you know,
Arabelle
people
Raphael.
people are dumb.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Touche.
Well, thanks for being on the show. You're a great guest. Very beautiful lady. It's always good to have somebody so beautiful on the show with us. It makes us look... Wait, I just realized it makes us look hideous. But still, just focus on her face for this episode and you'll be fine.
And you're going to stick around for a while, so when people watch this, if you want more of this... it already happened.
Patreon.com/AllisMate. Don't die.